A quick update on the podcast, the Many Worlds Mind podcast that I told you I was going to start in September, and recorded a handful of episodes, and I simply wasn't happy with them at all. And I am committed to this digital creator gig, and part of that means I have to let go of my perfectionism. But these were just not usable. I tend to wander a lot, bunny trail after bunny trail, and bunny trail to bunny trail to bunny trail, and sometimes never get back to the main point. And I did that a lot when I was by myself, and I'd been thinking for a while that I probably needed to have somebody serve as a co-host to contribute their own ideas and comments, especially if they disagree with me or have curiosity about something that maybe doesn't feel right to them. That's really important to me. And just to carry on a conversation more than being a talking head. There's so many talking heads out there. And so I scrap them. I use some of them to produce shorts and stories and reels, some pieces of them, but they were just pretty much too all over the place. It dawned on me a couple of weeks ago that I need a co-host. It was absolutely a thing. I definitely needed one, and the person that kept popping up for me is my dear friend Lewis M. Collins, Lewis Michael Collins. He's an African-American brother. He's incredibly well-read. When you see him in his Zoom meetings, he works in his office, and behind his office he has this massively long bookcase, a bunch of shelves, and it's loaded with books that all of which he's read. And I admire that in people that are dedicated to reading. I likewise am a super reader and read a ton of books. I read probably 3 last week, and looks like I'll probably read 3 or 4 this week books. And we share that passion for books. So that means he has a broad base of knowledge around a lot of things. And we can help each other kind of pull out some of these things that we know. And the other thing I like about Lewis is he's a creative. He's a professional photographer and videographer, piano player, songwriter. He teaches piano. He does just a lot of things that are creative. Both he and his wife are both professional artists, and I thought he might be too busy. But I did ask him about a week and a half ago. I said, hey, dude, I've had this on my mind for a while, and I just didn't want to impinge upon your little bit of free time that you have, and asked him if he would like to serve as a co-host in the Many Worlds Mind podcast, and he was just happy to do it. I wish I had talked to him in September when I first thought to ask him. Shows you gotta explore the things that you want. At least ask. Leave it up to the other people to tell you no, right? Like, respect them enough to know they'll speak up if they need to or want to. And so at least ask, and I didn't do that. So I'm so glad I finally yielded and asked Lewis if he would like to participate with me. And we recorded our first episode yesterday together, and I think it went really well. It was an introduction of the Many Worlds Mind, and he asked some questions that took me right down deep into some subjects that I thought maybe would be best to wait on, but it's great. I love that. I love the unexpected nature of a conversational kind of podcast.